Thank you very much for joining me. We're here, first ever new method of taking out the draws for the Yasmin and Shahid and Yasmin, cup. What we're here doing is we're actually projecting a new kind of way of trying to reach our audience, and our audience being our cricketers out there, as well as our committee members. So usually when we do cup draws, we always come together as a meeting and we draw the draws out of the hat. It's as simple as that. But today we thought we'll pilot something different, use social media as one of our ways of actually getting out our message, but getting out much quicker, because by the time we end this program we will have shared all the draws with the rest of the members of the committee and also the club members. I'm joined today by Hafiz, who's kindly volunteered to be part of this process. Now, the reason why Hafiz is here for two things: one, is helping with the draws, and two, he's local to me. However, the third person that usually comes to the draws is Naeem Malik, the league secretary. Now, he's joining us through Skype, and Hafiz will now take the camera onto him. And as you can see, he's there ready to go. And what Naeem will do is basically document the draws as they happen. But he won't document it on a piece of paper and using a pen. He will use another method of social media, and that is that he will use our WhatsApp group. And that's something that we've successfully used throughout the season to communicate amongst each other and to share our views. So what we'll do, without further ado, we'll just start with the rounds as they happen now. But if I can ask Hafiz to just point to the clock. So as you can see on the computer, it is currently just coming past 26 minutes past 9. On the 9th of February, so it's live draws as they can be, and hopefully
I just go to the laptop as well,
right,
and that's 9:26 there, or 21:27.
Yeah, so we're basically going to take out the first preliminary round draws. Now, preliminary round draws consist of 27 teams plus a bye. Now, the two teams that have been taken out, as you can see clearly here, are the two finalists of last year. That's On Q and Keithley. They will go into the hat during the first round. So the 27 teams plus the bye will move in, so that'll be 14 teams moving in, with two teams adding into the first round. So the sequence will also be, as the rounds are drawn out, Naeem will allocate the alpha order from A to N, and these will represent the grouping within the first round, and then followed by 1 to 8 in the semi-finals, and towards the semi-finals who plays who, basically. And that's the structure of the round, and that's what we always do. So I will now ask Hafiz to now take the tickets and put those into the hat.
Right, okay, so what I'm going to be doing is actually putting everything back into the hat. Here we are. Or should I say the plastic bowl. Right then. Just the CD bowl, Bash.
It is indeed, yeah.
Right,
Making good use of balls now.
100%, so it's being very creative over here. We make do and mend from our very limited amount of resources. Naeem, I hope you're not getting bored over here.
No, I'm fine over here.
Are you paying attention?
My battery is running a bit low, so I'm down to 17% now, so hopefully it should last the draw.
It was.
It should last the draw, yep, definite. Okay. Right, okay.
I have already sent greetings to the committee members. Now we're on Skype live.
Excellent.
Okay.
Yeah.
With Yasmin and Shahid Solicitors draw.
Well, God knows how this is going to actually come out to be. I think it's, so far, it's a positive setup. Right then.
Should be too long now.
No, we've just got another 9-10 teams left. Oh. If only I could fast forward this. Don't you think
Well,
so?
the whole objective of it being live is that purpose.
Yeah. Gosh, I've got a bloody backache here.
Must have been that practice session yesterday.
Yeah, that practice session. Just watch.
This is not just the game.
31:26 minutes.
Yeah, that's what's left.
Was that 8?
Yeah, no, that's fine. So basically, that's the space it's using. Okay, Fizz?
Right, okay. And the next draw is Balot. Can you see that name?
Yeah, I can see it. I just got there. That's fine. Brilliant.
Balot. Right, the next one is My Lahore.
Yeah.
Keep it away from the tree.
Right, okay. And the next one from here is that upside down?
Earl Marshall upside down, yes.
Marshall.
Earl Marsh. Well, that's fine if it's coming upside down. It just shows how natural it is. Right, okay. The next one.
King's 11 and
Bring it closer to the camera. For
Oh.
my viewing.
King's 11.
King's 11, yeah.
And Central Leeds.
Central Leeds. Yeah, that's fine.
Are you just typing up so far?
I'm typing and send them onto the WhatsApp group for the rest of the committee members.
Right, okay.
back a bit.
Heaton Park.
Yeah,
The chess team.
that's the big beast team.
That's the big beast, yep. Right, and the next one is...
Don't tell me it's Heaton.
No, it's a Bradford Phoenix.
Oh,
Oh, I think there's going to be some big guns playing each other
It
next.
looks like some big guns playing each other here.
definitely.
He's the first big gun. AK Zulfi.
AK Zulfi.
Right, okay. And the next big gun. Whoa! Friends.
Friends.
So Zulfi versus friends.
So Zulfi versus Friends. I've not seen this, so here we are. The next one is
That's the way done. Bradford Moor. Bradford
Bradford
Moor.
Moor.
Yeah.
That's fine. If you show him to name, I think I'm alright.
Right, okay. And the next one is
It's
He-
Heaton.
Heaton. Yep.
Yeah.
can I just push these up? Yeah?
Yep.
Right, the next one is
I
Darul
can't see with the light.
Darul-
I think you should just lower it a bit. It's,
yeah, Darul
lower.
Shafa.
Darul Shafa, yeah.
Yep. If you just keep it back, you don't need to bring it forward.
versus
White Rose.
Cross.
You bring
White
it to us.
White Rose. Is that okay?
Yeah.
And the last two?
Do you know what they are? Oh, God.
Well, one's a buy, isn't it? Azad.
Azad.
Azad, yeah.
And I think
Yeah, because the buy doesn't come out of it.
it has, yeah. I think they've got the buy.
This is the buy. Look here, Azad. Here we are. I think that's the one buy.
Right.
Okay. Now what we're going to do is move on to the first round.
Nimba, have you actually sent them off?
They're all sent to the WhatsApp group, yeah.
Oh, brilliant.
So that's just, we've just literally shared all the preliminary round to the committee members.
Can you show the time?
And that's currently completed at 9:43 and just gone 54 seconds. So
Right.
we'll now move on to the first round.
Shall I push all this up?
Yep, we can move these out of the way.
Right.
And what we're going to do is we're going to bring the two finalists in from last year. So they will be amongst those.
Shall I fold them up?
Yep. So, and if we put Azad back in, seeing as they got on a buy, the likelihood is they will also come out in that.
Okay.
Well, actually, no. Let's just keep Azad out because Azad will group N. Is that right name?
Yeah.
Okay, excellent.
Right.
So if you put those in back in the hat,
So the two finalists are going back in, yeah?
yeah,
Right.
and all of
All
letters
letters.
A to N.
Alright. So do you want to make sure that that's one there?
I think we better speed this up, Hafiz.
Okay. Right. Okay. I'll give it two folds. Right, okay. I'm sure we need to move on from paper.
Yeah.
It's such a contrast. Using all the technology and we're still using paper at the same
too.
time.
Well, it's either paper or lightweight balls.
Either paper or the lucky dip.
Lucky dip. Yeah, this is the lucky dip for cricketers.
Right, okay.
Sometimes not so lucky.
How are we doing for time?
We've gone 5 minutes on this as well.
So far.
Yeah.
What, on the folding? Folding the papers?
Well, no, I think
I'm sure that's about 5 seconds there. Right.
Okay, there's 3 more to do.
Oops.
Okay, Faith, fire away now. So this is the, again, Yasmin and Shahid Cup round, and it's the first round proper. So fire away. So we're going to call letters out, and these letters constitute the preliminary round grouping system, which Naeem has kindly jotted down. So Naeem, when we draw out, if you can tell us who the teams are, is that possible?
Yep.
Yeah, okay. So first draw is?
First draw is L.
So it's L.
Just a second.
Right? That's L there.
Yeah. Bradford Moore versus Heaton.
Right, okay.
Right, Bradford Moore.
Versus Heaton. Oh,
C.
yep. So
Why is it?
C. C. C.
C.
C, right. And that is Bradford Royals or Shimla.
Okay.
Okay.
And the next,
A.
yep. So winners of A, which is
A is we got Indus Gurry versus Rising Stars.
versus
On Q.
Okay.
Okay.
keep going, please.
The next one is look at that. QEASCL.
Yeah.
versus. That'd be an interesting one if it was MQ versus Keith Lee
K.
versus K.
That's Zulfi versus Friends.
Okay.
Thanks God we're not seeing Keith Lee. Right, okay. This is N.
N is Azad versus Bai.
So it says
Shall we say Azad?
Azad.
again,
Yeah, Azad definitely.
J.
Versus J.
That is Eaton Park versus Bradford Phoenix.
Potential derby there.
Azad.
That's another feisty one. D.
D.
Yeah, D.
That's Carmen versus Eastern Friends.
Versus F.
That's Rajas or Shaheen.
Great. Right, the next one is an I.
Yeah, I.
I name.
Yeah. Kings 11 versus Central Leeds.
Versus
M.
M.
M for mother.
Alright. Darushifa versus White Rose.
Right, okay. I think it's the last two now. Oops. H.
H.
Yep.
Yep.
Lahore versus Earl Marshall.
Versus B.
And and that's Kashmir, Bradford or Tabs.
Good.
Okay. And the last one.
G.
G, just let me have a look, going back.
Patriots.
Flicks versus Beloit.
So Flicks versus Bloat versus.
Patriots and Church.
Is that what's left here?
I think so.
So E.
Sorry?
E. E for Edward.
Right. Patriots versus Church.
Church. Yeah. So that completes the first round. What we'll do now is move on to the quarterfinals, at which stage we don't bother explaining who's playing who because it just gets a bit time consuming. So please, if I can ask you to now fold the 1 to 8, which represent the groups of this round, which is the first round.
Right, okay.
Okay, fire away.
So that's 1, 2.
Bash,
Yeah.
can I just intervene here?
Mhm.
3.
How many fixtures supposed to be in second round? How many fixtures are there supposed to be?
The first round you should have had 8 fixtures altogether, which is what you've got.
Right.
Because we've got 8 fixtures here. So we're alright if you've got them other way around. We'll keep these as they are.
So I've got 14 fixtures. 14 fixtures for the preliminary round, yeah?
Correct, yes. And then 8 for the first round, yeah?
That's the thing, I've got 9 here.
6, 7, 8.
Right, so we'll just run through those again, yeah? It was L versus C.
Sorry, my mistake.
Yeah?
Yeah, you're right, it's 8.
It's 8, yeah? Okay, so far so good. So for the quarterfinals.
Right, okay, here we are. Name it ready?
Yeah.
So basically the number 3.
That's Keith Lee.
Number
Yeah.
3.
Yeah. I think that's the only one you can state.
I've got L versus C, A versus on Q, then Keith Lee versus K, so that's number 3.
Right, and that's versus number 1.
Number 1 is L versus C.
Right, okay. The next one is number 8.
Just a second.
I'll just show it this way. So number 8.
So did you say number 8?
Number 8, yeah?
Right.
I think it'd be best if we just draw them out name because I think it'll become an impossible task.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
it's G versus E.
Yeah.
And the next one is number 2.
Yeah.
Number 2 is A versus on Q.
Okay. Number 5.
Yeah.
Number 5 is
See, a bit
Yeah.
too. Yep. Good.
Number 5
A
is
versus number 5.
versus number 4.
Azad versus J.
That's eating in there as well, isn't it? You lot. Number 7.
Number 7 is H versus B.
And going into the, come on,
Last one.
last one is number 6.
So
I versus M.
that concludes the quarterfinals. Now we move to the semi-finals. So if I can ask you to put your
Right,
4 tickets in there, please.
right, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Give it a little good shake.
Correct.
Is that okay?
That's a good shake, yeah.
Right, okay.
Not much to shake there. There's only 4 tickets.
Yep. Here we are. Are we ready for the last four now, yeah?
Yeah.
So these are the semi-finals, yeah?
W.
Is that W?
Yeah, don't bother to
Don't bother
repeat it.
there.
Hang on a minute. So if we're going by X, U,
Eh,
what are we going
W,
by?
X, Y, Z. W, X, Y, Z.
Y,
Z. W.
W, X, Y, Z, yeah?
Yeah. Okay.
And the next one is Y.
W
Versus Y.
Right.
And X versus Z, but which way around is it? Who gets the home advantage? So it's
Z.
Z versus
Z versus
X.
X. Yep.
And just confirm X. There it is. Okay. So that concludes the cup rounds to the final. The final to be played at Headingley, I believe, is it on the 12th? Correct me if I'm wrong.
on the 9th,
Ninth.
9th of August, Bash.
Yeah, sorry, 9th of August 2015. Thank you very much for taking part, Naeem, and thank you very much for helping us communicate.
My pleasure.
And that is the time that the clock is indicated. So 9:56 is when we concluded the round. Thank you very much for joining us, and hopefully this is something that is a taste of what will come with regards to the league's improvement. And thank you very much to Hafiz, who's been our able companion here today to help us draw out. Yeah.
Just to confirm your timing, I've got 9:55 showing last entry on the WhatsApp group as well.
Excellent, excellent. So that's again our authentication that this message that went out to the rest of the committee. So again, you can see the correlation between the last message sent at 55 minutes past and our clock showing 56 now. Okay, thank you very much.